All right. Temur Mythos. This was a build-around submission for Mythos of Illuna. One thing that I missed about this card in my initial assessment is that this card creates a copy of any permanent, which is really sweet. So this card can be used to double up our Cavaliers, or it can be used to hit our land drops when we need to and accelerate. So this is a card that counts as a second threat, or it counts as ramp spells 9 through 12. So I think that seems sweet. Someone asked about the extra text on here, how often you're going to use the red-green mode. We'll probably use it at some point to copy these and fight something, but we'll see. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a clone. Also worth noting, this is a card that copies any permanent. It's not just your permanent. So this can copy your opponent's Planeswalkers. It can copy your opponent's Elspeth Conquers Deaths. Like, yeah, I think this card's probably genuinely powerful. The flexibility is huge. The fact that it can be a removal spell as well is huge. Like, yeah. Let's dive into some matches here with this, which we're going to play in the standard constructed event, because we're not gambling my rank. After the ladder closes in a little over an hour, so after we finish this set, we'll probably play the next 2 decks on the ladder, because the ladder season will have reset. Hey, Dumbbells, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. How much democracy to gamble on the ladder? $500. $500 is assuredly higher than the EV of playing in the tournament, so we'll go with that. And it has to be in bits, so you can't charge it back. When I'm playing the Collector here, this could be the red-green Fires deck that's going around a little bit. Could be another Temur Fires variation. Well, I guess it can't be Fires, right? Because they're all creatures. Yeah, it can't be Fires. Could be a Mutate variation. So this Bonecrusher Giant looks like it might not be very useful here so far. So I'm actually going to fetch the second blue source so I can try and cast these Cavalier of Gales. That was not the blue source I wanted there, but it is what it is. Was Pioneer a dumpster fire today? I mean, isn't it always? Isn't it always a dumpster fire? You seen the Yorion Fires with Luca in it yet? I've not. What are you cheating out with Luca? Apparently there's a professional cyclist named Jeffrey Hoagland, and it makes Googling your cycling deck annoying. That's great. Yeah, there is. He's an Olympic cyclist, I believe. That's really funny. Yeah, I mostly dominate Google searches generically for Jeff Hoagland because I put out a lot of stuff online. It's reasonable SEOs, but yeah, if you include cycling, you're probably going to get some of him. That's funny. So, want to stack these so I draw... Well, I think I want to draw with the Reef first. If I wanted to ramp, I would want to Reef second so I could put a land back on top and then ramp with it. But this lets me see more cards, right? Oh, you know what? I could have... Oh. I should have played around that. I could have put this 2 down to plan to get it into play with the Risen Reef trigger next turn, but I was an idiot and attacked into this, so it probably doesn't matter. Alright, so want to hit on untapped land of the 2 draws underneath this. Is this deck playing 28 or 29 lands? I forget. 28 or 29 lands. Just 28. Okay, I deserve that. Okay. Yep. Yeah, they have their engine online for sure. So I'm gonna put this back and put this other card back, and I want Cavalier on the bottom. So this way, next turn, I can go Fires, Genesis Ultimatum, put the Cavalier into play, activate Cavalier attack. If I'm online still, we will watch the announcement on stream, which it's looking like I'm going to. We're just starting this deck now. Unless there's some kind of emergency with the family, I should be online through it. Sounds good, Jameson. Get you in a bit. The announcement is in 3.5 hours from now. Announcement. It's supposed to be something about the future of Historic. Which hopefully will be something other than we're canceling all future Historic stuff. Fingers crossed. What do you think of this, chat? Is this a decent... It's a pretty okay, pretty okay ultimatum? It's not bad. Above average, maybe? So I actually haven't played a land yet for the turn, so I'm going to decline this so I can put this land into play. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Can I die on the backswing? So they're gonna get to bring the Phoenix back into play here. But they have to block everything else. They could eat here, but like if they eat here, this comes back anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know, figure it out. If they eat it, they die. That's not true, right? They could take a hit from any of these. We could be dead to a questing beast. Oh no, I'm actually just dead, right? Yeah, I'm actually just dead. Yeah, we die in the backswing to Shore Shark. Good blocks on the opponent's part there. And I should have counted. I don't care. If we cared more, we would have counted. There was not a strong amount of caring on our part. Alright, Bonecrusher Giant's out. Storm's Wrath's in. Click submit. Do I want Aether Gust? I don't think so. Let's just hit some lands this time. Yeah, our deck was probably capable of winning that game. Chat, listen! I'd like the record to reflect that chat said math was for the blocker, okay? In it to win it, chat. In it to win it. Sand just needs to draw some lands. We got some good redraws here. Any Shillionaires yet? No, it is not mathematically possible for Shillionaires to exist just yet. I think the earliest Shillionaire will be like 2 to 3 months from now. Alright, so looking for an untapped land for next turn. I'm gonna temporarily embarrass Shillionaire. Nah, with me taking a week off at some point in the next month, it'll probably be closer to 3 months overall. I'd assume. So I'm gonna do this, I think. Then I can put this into play. And then next turn I can go Cavalier. We'll get a forest off of the Risen Reef trigger. Then we'll get to Genesis Ultimatum. No, I explicitly didn't want to do that, Robin. I don't do anything else with the land this turn, and I set myself up to do it next turn, so it doesn't matter. Well, that's just rude. Mythos, looking real good here. You'll draw a bunch of cards, ramp, kill your creature. Sure! Yeah, why not? Why not, chat, you know? Don't y'all like drawing cards? I like drawing cards. A little bit of a Gale kicking up over here. Right, there might be something to this Fires of Invention card. Seems pretty good. Just our incredible embarrassment of riches. Yeah, probably Sugio. It was one of those, like, it just didn't matter because we were so far ahead type things. Do I want Aether Gust on the draw? Is there a chance I want slightly more interaction on the draw? I just clicked submit. I'm just gonna click submit. My deck's all 4 ofs. Decisions are for blockers. This hand's great. That's a fantastic draw. Get to go, Spiral, and then untap Storm's Wrath. The Triomes seem quite pushed. Why? I actually think the Triomes are incredibly good designs. I like them a lot. Oh, huh. I guess that does happen, doesn't it? The KTK Tri-Lands were already playable. Playable is loose. They, like, saw some very limited fringe play. Like, calling them playable is a strong. You're right that they technically saw some play. Got an octopus here. I want to put down. So if the top of our deck is land, we get to Genesis Ultimatum next turn. Yeah, I have an uplift desk and the electronics in it are kind of crap. Okay. Might be dead, chat. Might be dead. Yeah, the 4/5 dodging our Storm's Wrath here is a big deal. Really feeling the hurt from not having a white sweeper. I think we needed to hit a land drop there so that way we can play Genesis Ultimatum next turn. Not being able to do that is pretty rough. Alright, in the event that they have Stone Cold Nothing and we get to chump block and we draw a land, we could maybe Genesis Ultimatum at high roll, but probably dead here. Yep. Yeah, so definitely through game 1 of that set with our bad attack. I think we're in a pretty dominating position and didn't have to attack all, but did it for the lulz and got appropriately punished. The first Red Bull qualifier has almost 1,000 people signed up for it on MTG Melee. Interested to see how many no-shows / drops they have for the first round. God, that tournament's gonna take forever, huh? They might have like the old 2,000 person 5K. It really I hope that them running an event like that really shows Wizards of the Coast they need to prioritize getting competitive stuff into their client. There's no reason other than the software is not ready that we don't have more on-demand events on Magic Arena. It's a 2-day event, right? Is it? I actually don't know any of the details. Is it a 2-day tournament? Gosh, I kind of hope so for the sake of the people playing it. No, I'm pretty sure just exactly first place qualifies. I'm pretty sure it's a winner-take-all qualifier for an eventual 16-player tournament. No, I believe there's 16 events or something like that. I don't know. I need to sit down and read through the details. They posted the announcement. I should stop talking about it. I'm probably wrong. They posted the details while I was live today, so I haven't read through all of it yet. If anybody's read it and understands the structure of it, feel free to drop the TLDR in chat. Main deck Aether Gust. You really are something, Standard. You really are something. Standard is a format that we play. So my understanding, Tufton Hammer, when MTG Melee had, 1, they're in beta, so part of what they're doing is like testing what their current server capacity is, and 2, part of the reason why they had an issue during our event was one of their servers that they normally have went down. How was Laturi? We went 4-1. It was sweet. Their finals are 16 players who won the qualifiers. Sure. So my understanding was correct then. This puts them to play untapped, right? So I can Mythos their castle again, and then Bonecrusher stomp Narset. The downside to that is then they get to get Narset back with this. I could also Mythos their Conqueror's Death, exile their Narset. Hey, Gato Gelato, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. I think you want me to ECD their ECD? No, I think that's wrong. There's nothing in their bin.
My mind needs a rest.
And getting rid of their Narset means I can draw with Cavalier of Gales. So I want to ask what happened to my castle. This is a token castle from Mythos of Illuna. Yeah, this card seems just genuinely very, very good.
This isn't a fight you can win. Trust me, I have a plan.
Like, I don't know that, like, this deck is necessarily great, but, like, some iteration of this is probably pretty good.
Your prowess.
That's super unfortunate.
Interesting technique.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
So there's nothing in my bin for my Conqueror's Death to get back here, unfortunately. If I draw an untapped land, I could Genesis Ultimatum and hope to high roll, but even that can't roll that high just because I don't have agents, and, like, the Narset's locking out all my extra draws. Yeah, and it's not just, like, copy any permanent, right? Like, it also can, like, be a removal spell, too, on a large creature. Hey, Y Pumpkins, thanks for 18 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, this standard format is quite the slog, chat. I'm gonna concede when we get counterspelled here. Well, okay. I have auto-ordered triggered abilities off, right? Yep. So I have to put 2 cards back with this. Don't put the blue into play. No, I'm putting them into play. I need board presence here. So I'm gonna have to put 2 cards from my hand back on top of my deck, but that's fine. If you're not playing agent in the standard, you're behind. Yeah, that could be the case. Maybe there should just be 4 agents in my deck. That's very, very possible. Or at least in the 75. Maybe not necessarily all main deck. Nah, playing them all main deck's probably right. This format's pretty greedy. This format's kind of like Unreal greedy.
I've got time.
Put a stop on my upkeep to shuffle. Do I want to? I kind of wouldn't mind getting the blue Cavalier, right? And I want to play Fires. Yeah, I think oh no, just shuffle. Yeah, shuffle's probably right. Yeah, we're definitely shuffling now. Excuse me? Really? Well, that, we take those. We take those, but, that felt a little premature. That's an aggressive concession. It's an aggressive concession, chat. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, chat. I punted game 1 last match. I'll take some freebies here. Yeah, I think you probably start... Honestly, I think you probably just put all 4 agents in the main. Just like Max Greed. I mean, it is pretty good. Did they... You know what? Sure. Sure. Yep. Yep. Sure. They decided they wanted to be on the draw against our ramp deck, so yeah. Alright, untapped land would be great here. Paid actor. Paid actor. Oh. Like even this is fine, like yeah, Mythos seems real good. Liking that one. So we get what? We get 6 looks at Red Cavalier next turn, or Genesis into Red Cavalier. I guess we're not guaranteed to be able to cast Genesis. We could with a couple of good hits. Yeah, the flexibility on Mythos feels really good. You got a Cerulean Drake. All right. We get to stack the land, put the land into play, flip the Cavalier that's underneath it that we stacked as well. That's so gross. That's so gross. I love everything about it. It's the casual 12 mana worth of plays. I mean, I'd be pretty surprised if some iteration of the deck we're playing wasn't good. It's playing a bunch of good cards, and this card seems super flexible. At the very least, this card seems worth playing in other fire shells. Luris Temple, so they're a cycling deck? Most likely. Yeah, remember when people thought Risen Reef was too good? You remember that, chat? Do you remember the simpler times when we thought cards like Carnage Tyrant and Risen Reef might be too good? Oh, those sweet summer children. Little did they know. Steady as she goes, do 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 do. Carnage Tyrant, old Carnity. My wife brought me lunch, but she didn't want to put pants on, so I had to go outside the door to get it. Yeah, I'm aware the microphone was on. The goal was so that you couldn't see. And then I was taking my Invisalign out. Remember, if you want to see the Invisalign come out, chat, you got to subscribe to my OnlyFans or be a tier 3 sub so you get access to my Snapchat. Ain't nothing in life is free, chat. Ain't nothing in life free. Alright, so I think we're at the point where we're probably cycling the Triome, huh? Let's start with this and see where we go. Is it worth shocking this in to play Growth Spiral this turn? Probably. We could end up getting punked out by a Zenith Flare, though. I think I'm supposed to double block here. Could go either way, though. What on God's green earth do I do here? What if I put back these two and then Red Cavalier ditch the rest to try and find an untapped land? Because then I could haste. I think that's the play. I think I do this. Oh yeah, this works out too, because I get to draw this. And then I can discard these to try and find that untapped land to haste. Maybe this is a little aggressive. Hopefully we don't die next turn. I think we die to Zenith Flare. I think we're dead to Zenith Flare. We could be dead to a couple of cycles too. We're dead to 2 cycles, I guess. Yeah, this is probably bad. Yeah, they punted back. They had deterministic lethal if they would have cycled their other thing. And they messed it up. Yeah. Yeah, opponent had deterministic lethal there and missed it. So, I was too aggressive. They had deterministic lethal and missed it, you know. Something, something. I think I'm going to go ahead and trim the Risen Reefs here. I'm going to bring in the Narset, obviously. Storm's Wrath seems good, yeah. Do I want to bring in more interaction than this? Is a question. Do we want to be more interactive here, chat? What do we think? I put some more potato chips on my plate. This is America. Do we rather have Fry for the cat that grows rather than Bonecrusher Giant? That's a thought. Bonecrusher kills their 2/2 though. Their red 2/2. Yeah, I think especially on the draw, Fry's probably better. I think that's a good suggestion. This is probably too slow on the draw. Also not great. I think we want to try and find like a Growth Spiral or a Fry on the draw. Hey, look at that. We found both. have kind of a hard time cutting through these alliances. Well, I guess if they don't have a lot else going on, it's not too big of a deal. I guess we can just play a bunch of 5/5s out. That probably works. What's my chair? I think it's called an ergo-human. I forget the exact name. They don't pay me to shell for them, so I don't gotta remember stuff like that. Well, I guess this Mythos is probably making a land, huh? I guess I could be greedy and Mythos a Cavalier here. And draw a land. Yeah, let's go for greed. Greed, for lack of a better term, is good. The person that just asked me the judge question in chat, I don't know. I'm not a magic judge. I'd recommend asking a magic judge. You're in the chat, which means you're a sub on the channel. If you pop onto the subscriber Discord server, there is a judge role there you can tag where real magic judges will answer your questions in the Discord server. They're great. Shout out to Hooglandia judges. Alright, I think we just do this and just keep beating down. We have a Scryland here. So we'll get to hopefully find our 7th land in Genesis Ultimatum next turn. Don't really want another Mythos in our Genesis, looking for a bunch of permanents here. Ramping from 7 to 17 sounds fun indeed. Yikes. We get Mystic Disputed here? Sure. Oh, hey! Wait. Do I want to put Narset into play? Yeah, probably. And we get to draw the Storm's Wrath too, right? So I think I just I think we just do this. And then crack them for 10, and then they can't make more tokens. Nice deck, go. nice cycling deck. Are we having fun yet? I'm having fun. Alright, if they have another flare, we could die next turn. He said before he spikes the Cavalier off the top. Whee! Do 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 do. Pew 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 pew. Pew pew pew. The brainstorms setting up your Genesis Ultimatums has just been so good. When you can cast an ultimatum and it's not even your best play. I feel like I'm probably supposed to be conservative and just prioritize hitting all my lands here against Yorion. Seems good. I mean, this deck's doing something inherently busted. It seems fine. Hold on just a moment, I'm tweeting. I'm probably not ramping here, right? Watch on the Twitter. I was just tweeting that the Red Bull tournament for their first qualifiers, almost 1,000 people signed up on Melee already. Just like, Magic Arena really needs a better investment in open entry events like that, as opposed to, like, you know, the invitational style things that we've had so far. Like, the invitational style events are novel, but, like, putting up, and, like, this thing has, like, a $5,000 prize pool, right? So, like, when they do these invitational style events, like, they're putting up, you know, $750,000 in prizes for, like, 70 players, and then we have, like, a 5K for, like, 1,000 people. Like, what if we, instead of, like, taking all of that money and putting it into one giant event, what if we, like, you know, spread the love a little bit? Am I copying a land tier? Well, I could copy their Teferi, right? That's how this works? That's totally how this works.
I'm known for my excellent timing. That's more like it.
Yeah, it is. Alright, let's draw. Alright, land next turn, chat. One land, please. 1 land? Please, come on. 28 lands. Come on. Come on. God bless America, my country. 'Tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of the I sing. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, chat, do I bin one of them or do I hodl? Do I bin one or do I hodl? Wow, people in chat wanting me to discard my draw 5. What stream have you been watching? Did you thought that was an option we were gonna take? Wee! Pew, 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 pew. I think I want to stack them like that. I even... Don't mind me. I'm just gonna put these 2 back. Yep, looks good. Second ultimatum. Whee! Getting to copy their Teferi is so good. Getting a copy of their Teferi is so good, chat. You love to see it. Should have paid 2 and had the mentor untap to send a message. You're probably right. I'm gonna bring in 3 disputes, 3 fries, and 2 Narsets. Trim spirals and crushers. You should probably be playing Fires this season. If you're interested in being competitive, you should probably be showing up with the card Fires of Inventions in your deck. If you are not showing up with Fires of Invention, you're probably putting yourself at a bit of a disadvantage. I'm not saying you can't win without Fires of Invention. I am saying you're going to work harder for your wins, though. I am definitely saying that. Speaking as someone that used to fly around the country and play Magic tournaments while putting himself at a disadvantage, I understand if you don't play Fires of Invention. Was Croquis able to successfully speedrun himself back into the top 1200, by the way, chat? Was anybody dual streaming us? He's at 14:30 now. Season ends in 8 minutes. He has time. Are you saying Kiki Cord wasn't the best deck in Modern? Deterministically, Kiki Cord was not the best deck in Modern. Apparently Croquis was like... Croaky started the day at like rank 24 and like hit a spiral and like went all the way down to 99%. And like this is the month where it actually counts, right? Because this month qualifies you for an actual invitational qualifier. We did, Steric. We played against Bogles twice and we got Blood Mooned. It was a peak modern experience. Spire's worth of banners, it's still too soon to say. Loose take. Teferi's more of a problem than Fires of Invention. I don't know. I'd be pretty surprised if they ban anything in Standard. Would be pretty surprised. It's not gambling if you have nothing to gain but everything to lose. I mean, having the number 1 next to your rank is technically something to gain. That's something some people care about. So, we don't have anything in our graveyard here for Conqueror's Death to bring back, but that's fine. We mostly conquered Death. There's Conqueror's Death, so they couldn't Yorion it the following turn. Wait, what? Friendo. Friendo? It is in fact a legal play. It is certainly a legal play. Yeah, the Red Bull event is aimed at EU people. So it starts really early US time. I will likely not be playing it. A 1,000 player tournament where first place gets something and nobody else gets anything too rough. They're a little rough. The winner take all events are tough. That's why I just want to try to flatten the prize pool in like the Oaklandy events we're doing. I'm glad more events like that are happening though. Hopefully we get to a point where, you know, there's enough events like that being run. Like, there's no reason why there couldn't be 2 events like that every weekend on Magic Arena, right? Put 1 target tapped creature on top of its owner's library. You may search your library for a card named Dovin, Architect of Law, reveal it, and put it into your hand. That's like the 6-mana Dovin, right? Gain 2 life, draw a card, tap a creature, tap all permanent... What even is this timeline, chat? What even is? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. I mean, they gotta fill out 80 cards somehow, right? Alright, have a little fried Yorian, chat. How's that sound? A little fried Yorian.
With thoughtfulness before action.
It's not right to jam the Mythos. I'll wait like a good boy. Yeah, there's going to be a historic announcement in approximately 2.5 hours. So I'd like to hit a land here. So I'm going to go ahead and brainstorm first, then Risen Reef trigger. My dojo does in fact contain fear. You are correct. I'm scared, chat. I also have like a giant pile of greed though. Our pot of greed draws way more than 2 cards, chat. Our pot of greed draws so many more than 2 cards. Time wipe. Oh no! How will I ever recover from this immense disadvantage? Oh no, not Lavinia. Oh man. What's that Dovin card in their hand? It's a magic card. It's a standard legal Magic the Gathering card. Wow! Brutal. Savage. Wrecked. Never lucky. Pay life, you coward. Yep, you got it. You got it, Tefri. We're close to double ultimatum in 1 turn. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We actually can double ultimatum. I can't haste after the first ultimatum, though, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I think that's the worst Genesis Ultimatum I've cast to date. It was still just, like, superb. I think it's actually wrong to cast Fires this turn. Pretty sure. Alright, well... let's go put this back. Here's my red Cavalier. Wonder where he was hiding. Okay, I'm gonna fry him, so I have some... this is pretty unlucky, chat. Gotta discard the hand size. Pretty unlucky. Hey, JMK. Thanks for the 25 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Need a reliquary tower? no! They cut us off of drawing cards.
Prepare.
Niacent, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hey, the ladder season rolled over, right? Off season. Rank 164. Look at that, chat. We are truly, truly a skilled magician. Alright, let's play one more with this deck, because I'm kind of enjoying ultimatuming people. We'll play one more with this. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with some green-black Citadel on the ladder. Yeah, it takes like a little bit more to actually fully roll over, basically. The off season isn't very long. That's true. Should I put top 1200 Mythic streamer on my stream title? Should I do that? We're super competitive, right? That's the focus of this stream. Competitive Magic the Gathering. Got to go bigger, top 200, obviously. Sweet memes are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Top 164. So it'll probably be a game where if we hit a 4th land for Fires, the Mythos is going to copy a land for us. Top 165, be humble. just nothing but the most humbles. One could argue I'm the most humble Magic streamer there ever was. Nobody's quite as humble as I am, chat. I assume we're losing Risen Reef here. They could just take Genesis Ultimatum and take, like, our Fires, take our big payoffs. Our hand's pretty good. Sure. Yeah, my body is ready to cast my spells for mana. Bigger than those other fake streamers, right? Land drops. Well, we're not going to take this deck on the ladder. For people that aren't familiar with what we do here, we usually play each deck for about 60 minutes to 2 hours. So after this match, we're going to be done with this one and switch over to Green-Black Citadel. Okay, so any untapped land lets us Genesis Ultimatum next turn, which is great. If we brick on the untapped land, we can Red Cavalier. Honestly, even if we hit the land, we might want to Red Cavalier. Well, that resolved really quickly. You love to see it. How do you think their control deck is against my draw 5s, chat? Is there no foil Mythos? I have no idea. I don't have every foil, chat. A lot of the foils I have are ones that chat bought me. I think we were like one Mastery Orb away from the next foil away from getting this, by the way. They draw a counterspell? That's so rude. They have Veto, maybe? Veto, okay. I'll say the ones that called resolved instantaneously, the Cavalier, so if they have a counter, it's probably Veto. You say chat is your sugar daddy. Yeah, definitely. For sure.
Trust me, I have a plan.
The new season has started. You love to see it. Whew! We've got huge tracts of land. Just huge tracts of land. It's fine. It drew another ultimatum, chat. Like, again, like, that ultimatum was terrible, and look at what it did. Like, that ultimatum was terrible, and look at what it still did for us. Those are my bad ultimatums. Like, all right, sure, yeah, sign me up. I will take all of the bad ultimatums.
Now what? You show remorse. I'll show restraint.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Do do do. Burr, burr, burr. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these Cavaliers back on top of my deck. I'm gonna discard all of these. Are they just dead? I don't know, I haven't counted. Give me a second, I'm drawing cards. Let me stop and enjoy the smell of the card draw. You can't rush art, chat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Stuffing Esper in a tiny little box, chat. That's my kink. That's my kink, chat. Putting Esper in a box. You love to see it, chat. Bonecrusher and Growth Spirals out. Narset, Dispute, fries in. Easy peasy. We need to double down on the high roll and put age. I don't know, like the Cavaliers have been genuinely good. Like having some agent somewhere seems okay. But I don't know. I've liked just having 8 Cavaliers in Risen Reef. Mythos has also been great. Enjoyed Mythosing people so far. Yeah, Cavs and Reefs they draw a lot of cards for sure. In it to win it, chat. Gonna get thought erased anyways, might as well keep. Yeah, definitely, Charles. 10 out of 10. Oh, they're playing Hero. That's interesting. By interesting, I mean it's fried, but it's good to know. Yeah, I might throw this one up on the website. I've been meaning to put a Fires deck up there, and this one's kind of sweet. Genesis Ultimatum is just like a gasoline card to cast. Missing third red at the moment. We've got 1, 2, need one more. Which one do I want to get rid of? Probably the Dispute. They're going to take whichever one has 2 cards in it, right? Most likely. I guess they could talk themselves out of it, theoretically. I'm going to play this out here, so this way if I draw a... If I draw a red source, we can cast the Cavalier next turn. When do you get your Naya and Bant Ultimatums? Those already exist, right? Those were printed once before. Long time ago. Probably choose Odd. Yes, the protection from Cavaliers. You missed Trader Gator. Could just get run down here. We've got a pretty quick 3-turn clock. We'll fetch red here and then start Castle Vantressing. Hey, O'Duels, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Oglandia. We're having a wonderful Thursday here in the world. As a general reminder, by the way, I will be off tomorrow. Taking Friday off. I'll be live Saturday, Sunday this weekend again, like I have the last couple of weekends. But we'll be off on Friday. I mean, this could potentially get us there, huh? Wait, are we dead on board? Never mind, we're dead on board, right? Yeah. I think I'm happy with how I boarded. Just gonna go ahead and run it back. Maybe I want Storm's Wrath in my deck based on hero. Maybe I don't want Narset. Add an extra Fry into Storm's Wrath. Leave some Bonecrusher in. Maybe I just keep cards that play to the board and keep Bonecrushers and Fries in. I think I like that. Is tomorrow a holiday in the US? No, tomorrow's not a holiday. I'm just off Friday because I'm working on the weekends. So I had previously been taking Tuesday and Friday off and working Saturday, Sunday, but I took Sunday off this week because we were live all day on Saturday with the Hoglandia Open. Yeah, I agree. We actually have yet to fight. Did we fight once? Maybe we fought something once. So, basically just hoping to draw lands for the next however many turns here. 2 pair, read them and weep. I guess Risen Reef into land is our only draw that's better than just hitting lands here. They had a Command the Dreadhorde in their deck. That's interesting. Genesis Ultimatum up 3 blue Cavaliers, and I think my opponent gave up after sideboarding. God bless. You love to see it. 1st of May is International Workers' Day. Would you believe I've actually never heard of that before? U.S. workers are spending tomorrow striking in a bunch of major companies. Interesting. So Lenez, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. For political reasons, historically downplayed in the U.S., sure. Yep. Hey, congrats, Solanus. Yeah, the mutate decks have been fun. They struggle a bit against fires, but against everything else they feel reasonably competitive. You have a hero in their bin that this is going to get back next turn. Wonder if we'll see them just bounce the Conqueror's Death here or not. Yep.
Might be a bad idea.
They know the ultimatums are coming. The ultimatums are coming! The ultimatums are coming! Somewhere eventually down the line, at least. Slow and steady, chat. Working our way up.
Don't worry, I got this.
Even if we hit the land, they could easily have a counterspell next turn. Alright. It's a decent pickup. We'll grab a mountain here. In case we draw a red Cavalier down the line. Already have triple blue. I think I want to redraw Mythos next turn. Hiding the ultimatum doesn't do anything, because if they have a discard spell, they'll just play it during our draw step. I could copy their Tef. I'm kind of expecting them to Conqueror's Death me this turn, though.
I'll protect you.
I still get tagged by Mystic Dispute, but probably just heading to the Space Jam. Just make them have it. Yep. Every time there's an update, it tells me to go to the forum and download the latest update. Weird. You must have something weird on your computer. Never had to do that. Well, you know. So I get to do this. Yeah, Fires lets us cast a second spell. And I put these lands into my hand here because I get to brainstorm them away and then scry them to the bottom at the start of my next upkeep. So, like, it's not all bad here. Five hits, what a deal, right? Was copying ECD with our second spell better? I don't know, was it? Tell me why it was better. Why do you think that's the better play? Articulate yourself for me. Because I clearly did not think that was the better play. That's why I didn't do it. You know, bounce my Cavalier.
Let's try this.
Sure, and so like you're still just narrating, Stegall. Like I have eyes, I can see what they're going to do. So again, like if you want to have a discussion about why that play is better, have a discussion. Tell me why that play is better. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana total here. I think I'm going to start with this on their Conqueror's Death now. See if they have a counterspell here or not. I'm debating if they want to let this happen or not. Looked at my bin, concluded they do not want to let this happen. If I'd have played this last turn, I could have replayed Cavalier of Gales this turn, is worth noting. Something to think about, perhaps. And Mystic Dispute. Rough. Kinda glad we could play Cavalier of Gales then. Ha! Got him. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. If you pay 2 for ECD using the extra colors for Mythos, you get the extra effect. Yes, that is correct. I'll lead on this, I think. Put these two back on top of the deck. Leave Fires on top. I'm gonna go ahead and stomp Atris here. So that way they can't blink it with Yorion for more value next turn. And then probably play this Bonecrusher out. We actually don't have that many red sources. We only have 4. So next turn we could Fires plus Cav. Sure. And this is why we put the Fires on top and kept our 2 good spells in hand. This way, if they killed our thing, we didn't lose either of our threats. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can actually Cavalier of Flames and Mythos and double Cav next turn, which is sweet. Although I suppose they're actually just dead to 1 Cav, right? No, they're actually not dead to 1 Cav because I don't have 5 red mana, which is funny. Lot of right ways to eat this races at the end. That's weird. Our deck full of draw fights. Come on, chat. I'm just timing people out. Timing people out when I'm talking about lethal, telling me I missed the other lethal. Get out of here. Don't be annoying. Don't be annoying. Don't be silly. Stop it. Get some help. Ooh. Oh, we get a Nightmare Shepherd skin. Wait, I already bought this one, right? Yeah, I'm salty now. I forgot they tricked me into buying this. They put this as a daily deal when it was going to be the upcoming line of rewards. Scam artists. Now I'm salty. Now I saw my rewards and I'm salty, chat. I should be happy when I get my rewards, wizards. I shouldn't be sad. It worked. It did. They got my gold, chat. They stole my gold. Woo! Look at that. Look at that. Core set 2021 Mythic Rare. You love to see it. As far as this goes, I'd be surprised if some form of this isn't competitive in the format. If the format was more aggressive, perhaps you'd want to play Storm's Wraths in the main, but I think with how greedy the format is right now, having this mix of top end seems pretty reasonable. Some people kicked around, like, do we want Agent of Treachery? And if you want to go, like, absolute full greed to the floor, you could, like, cut these Bonecrusher Giants and put a bunch of Agent of Treacheries in here at the top end of your curve, but I don't know if that's necessary. I think if you did want to go full greed like this, I would recommend getting up to 29 or possibly even 30 lands. For people that are talking about Kruga, however that hippo is, however the hippo is spelled, I think if you're gonna cut the growth spirals from this deck, you should just play Jeskai. I think the appeal of playing this over Jeskai is you're able to accelerate, and I think giving up the one thing that really makes you fairly distinct is a mistake. I think without this acceleration and being able to go, 2, 3, kill them on 4 or so, I think you're not quite distinct enough, and like what you're doing isn't really worth talking about compared to Jeskai. So I think if you want to go max greed, play some agents. Genesis Ultimatum is it's just a hoot. It's a really fun card to cast. The Mythos here was the build around submission for this. And this card was genuinely impressive. It basically did exactly what I wanted to do. When we were short mana, it helped us generate mana by copying lands. We copied opponent's Tefreeze and Elspeth Conquers Death. We copied our own Cavaliers. I'm sure if we had agents, we'd copy agents. So this is a card where even if you don't play it in this build, honestly, if you're someone that's playing Jeskai Fires, I'd recommend testing this card. This card was really impressive, and it could be an acceleration in Jeskai colors, which is sweet. Yeah, we copied opposing castles a couple of times, too. All right, what are we doing? We're going to play a bit more of a brew up next here. We are going to take a quick break while I run to the restroom and get everything flipped over. When we get back, we're going to play some Bolas's Citadel here in Standard. We'll be back in just a few. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.